At the beginning of the drama, we see Yeon. She comes to school and, after arriving, looks at her rank, which is 196 out of 200. Seeing this, she first becomes happy and then sad. Then she goes forward and looks at the students who study all the time. Looking at them, Yeon thinks, I don't know how they studied the whole entire day. Then she goes to her friends. So one of her friends named Min says, Yeon is here, so come on, everyone tell your rank now. Then all the friends tell their own ranks, in which one rank is 198 out of 200, one is 196, and at last, Min reveals his rank, which is 200. After telling this, he starts to cry. I came in last of all. Hearing this, everyone starts laughing and says to Min, you worked very hard for this too. Hearing this, Min becomes happy, and then everyone starts to dance. Actually, these people have made their own club, whose name is Real King, where they laugh and joke a lot, play games, dance. They do everything except study. While doing this, another year passes. One day, these people are dancing to loud music. Just then, in the other class are those students who study all the time. They have also made their own club. Their club's name is Baek Ho. These people want to study, but the Real King members have put on very loud music, because of which these people are not able to study. So among them, a student named June gets up and pulls out their wire, which causes their music to stop. And then, these people start studying. On the other side, the Real King members get worried because the music stopped. So Yeon tells Min to generate electricity by pedaling a bicycle so they can play the music. So Min does just that. Then their noise starts again, which annoys the Baek Ho members, and they say, because of these people, we are not able to study. We should teach them a lesson. On the other side, we see that all the children's parents have come to the school, and teacher Im is telling them what facilities are given to the children in our school and why our school is among the top schools. Over there, the Real King members start dancing again by playing music. So, the Baek Ho members also play loud music to teach them a lesson. Hearing this, the Real King members get angry. So they make their music louder by pedaling the cycle even faster. Then, these people get tired of pedaling the cycle, so they start pedaling it with their hands. This causes their electricity-generating battery to break. Seeing this, everyone is surprised. Then, Yeon says, this battery was very expensive. Now we will not spare the Baek Ho members. Over there, teacher Im is showing the school to all the parents. Over there, the Baek Ho members and the Real King members come face to face. Then Yeon says to the Baek Ho members, our battery broke because of you people. The Baek Ho members say, we are not able to study because of you people. A fight starts between the two clubs over this matter. Just then, hearing their noise, other students also come there and start watching them. Then, teacher Yang arrives there and quickly sends all the students to class. After all the students leave, teacher Yang is happy, thinking, look how well all the students listen to me. Just then, teacher Im and the principal arrive there with the parents. Seeing teacher Yang, teacher Im understands that the Real King members must have done something again today. Then, after everyone leaves, teacher Im goes to the Real King members' room, and the Real King members hide their faces. Then he asks them, what have you people done? The Real King members tell him about the battery. When teacher Im sees the battery, he gets very angry and says to the Real King members, now watch. I will talk to the principal and get your Real King club shut down. Hearing this, the Real King members get worried. Then we see Baek Ho club members Kim and June, who are going out of the class. Just then, Kim gets a call from his dad. But he doesn't pick up his call and says to June, let's go. Over there, Baek Ho club member Sue's mom is telling her, you have to come from the second position to the first position, and for this, you will have to work even harder. Then, Yeon and Sue are in the room. Just then, we find out that Yeon and Sue are roommates and they are also very good friends with each other and share everything with each other. Here, Yeon tells Sue, our club is being shut down. Sue says, don't worry, everything will be fine. Then Sue gets a call from someone, so she goes outside. After she leaves, Yeon lies down on the bed and starts crying and says, why are they shutting down our club? Over there, Sue is talking. Just then, her friend comes and tells her, someone has badly messed up our Baek Ho club. Then all the Baek Ho club members go to the room and see that their club is in a bad condition. Seeing this, they say, the Real King members must have done this. Then the Real King members go to their room and see that the Baek Ho club members have written, Real King out there. Seeing this, the Real King members get angry. The next day, the Baek Ho members go to their club and see that their things are scattered again. After this, when the Real King members go to their club, they see that the Baek Ho club members have broken their things. Seeing this, the Real King members get angry. so they are going to fight with them. Then Yeon stops them and says, "We fought with them. That's why our club is being shut down. Now we have to talk to them calmly." Then she calls Kim to her club to talk. When Kim arrives, Yeon says to him, "That day, you people also fought with us, but only we got punished. Our club is being shut down. That's why you people should go to the principal and say that on that day, we didn't fight alone. You people also fought. Therefore, she should not shut down our club." To this, Kim says, "We will not do anything like that." Hearing this, Yeon gets angry and kicks a nearby chair, which causes her to lose her balance, and she falls on top of Kim. Just then, someone takes their photo and sends it to Teacher Yang. When Teacher Yang sees the photo, he is surprised. Just then, Teacher Im arrives, so Teacher Yang shows him the photo too. Seeing this, Teacher Im says, "What are these people doing in the Real King Club? Now their club will have to be shut down." The next day, Yeon comes to school and sees a notice on the notice board, in which it is written that the Real King members are doing all this in their club. That is why their club is being shut down. Along with this notice, Yeon and Kim's photo is also attached. When the Real King members see this notice, they are surprised and say to Yeon, "What have you done? Because of you, the principal has shut down our club." Hearing this, Yeon gets angry and goes outside the principal's office and shouts, "How can you shut down our club?" Just then, inside, the principal asks Kim, "Is what is in the picture true?" Kim says, "Yes, all this is true." At this, the principal angrily tells him, "You cannot misuse your dad's position, and I will never let you have your way." Outside, Yeon says to Teacher Im, "Let me go inside. I have to talk to the principal. It's not like what she's thinking between us." But Teacher Im does not let her go inside. Just then, Kim comes out and says to Teacher Im, "It is just like what you are thinking between us." Then he grabs Yeon and says, "Watch, we will become a lovely couple in the future." Just then, the principal also comes out. Then Kim grabs Yeon and takes her away from there. Coming outside, Yeon says to Kim, "Go and tell the principal that there is nothing between us and that I fell on you by mistake so that she can give permission to reopen our club." To this, Kim says, "I will never say that." Saying this, he leaves from there. So Yeon gets very angry about all this. Then we see Dong, who is playing basketball. Just then, Yeon arrives there. After that, both of them talk, where Yeon tells Dong everything. So Dong encourages her and says, "Everything will be fine." Then we see Yeon's mom and Kim's dad, who are sitting in a restaurant and eating food. And here, from their conversation, we learn that they both like each other. Then Soo and Yeon are going together. Just then, Yeon says, "If I find the one who uploaded that picture of ours, I won't spare them." Hearing this, Soo makes an excuse and stops there. Then, after Yeon leaves, she deletes that photo from her phone. Here we learn that Soo had taken this photo, and she was the one who sent that photo to Teacher Yang. In the next scene, the belongings of the Real King's Club are being taken out. The Real King members try to stop them, but they don't stop. Just then, the principal arrives. Yeon tells her, "We won't make too much noise, we won't have too much fun, but please don't shut down our club." Here, the principal doesn't listen to anything they say and quickly asks for the things to be taken out. Hearing this, the Real King members become very sad. At that time, the Baek Ho Club members are also there, and they are laughing seeing this. Then, the Real King members are sitting outside, and they are all very sad. Then Yeon says to them, "We will not give up so soon. We will take our club back." After this, Yeon goes to the place where her club's belongings are kept. Going there, she starts dancing. On the other side, Kim is applying medicine to Jun's wounds. Here we learn that Jun's dad wants Jun to live life according to his wishes, and if Jun makes any mistake, he beats Jun. Then night falls, and Yeon is still sitting near the belongings. Just then, Dong arrives there and says, "You shouldn't give up like this." Hearing this, Yeon gets courage. In the next scene, Yeon and Dong are making pamphlets to reopen the club. Just then, Soo arrives and asks, "What are you all doing?" Then they tell her, "We are making pamphlets to get the club reopened." Hearing this, Soo leaves from there. After this, Soo is with a lady who tells her with whom she should stay and with whom she should not to become a topper. Here, she tells Soo, "You should not stay with Yeon at all." The next day, Yeon is putting up pamphlets in the school. Just then, Teacher Yang arrives and praises her bravery. Just then, Teacher Im arrives. So Teacher Yang starts sending the children away from there. So Teacher, I'm also start sending the children away with him. After that, wherever Yeon puts up a pamphlet, Teacher Im comes there and takes down her pamphlet. In the next scene, Yeon and Dong are standing outside with pamphlets. Just then, the principal arrives there and says to them, "No matter what you do, your club will not be reopened." Then she scolds them and sends them away from there. After that, Yeon goes to the canteen, where two students start bullying her and say, "You are a very bad girl doing all this in school. You have no right to stay in this school." Hearing all this, Yeon feels very bad. Then Kim arrives there and scolds both of them and sends them away from there. Then Yeon goes to meet Teacher Yang and says to him, "Why have you people closed our club? I will get my club reopened under any circumstances. At this, teacher Yang says, doing all this will not achieve anything, so now you forget all this and go to your class. Saying this, he leaves from there. Then, Yan is also leaving when she sees teacher Yang's phone. She checks that phone. Then she finds out that Sue had sent that photo to teacher Yang. Knowing this, she feels very bad. Then Yan meets Sue and asks her, why did you do this to me? I never did anything wrong to you. Then why did you do this to me? To this, Sue gives no answer. After this, all the students are in the class. Then the teacher asks them to recite poetry. First, Sue and her friends go and recite poetry. After that, it is Yan's turn. When Yan goes to recite poetry, the teacher asks her, will you recite the poetry alone? Will no one come with you? To this, Yan says, I will recite it alone. Then Yan starts reciting the poetry, but in the middle, she becomes emotional and leaves the poetry, goes to Sue, and says to her, why did you do this to me? I considered you my friend, but you did so wrong to me. Then she goes to Kim and says to him, you told everyone that we love each other, and that day we were about to kiss. So come on, kiss me now and prove in front of everyone that we love each other. Hearing this, Kim says nothing. After this, Yan goes to the students who were bullying her. She gets very angry at them. Then the teacher asks her to be quiet. So Yan says, I will be quiet, but what these people did to me was very wrong. Yan is very angry about all this, so she says, I will not study in a school where such wrong people study. Saying this, she takes her belongings and leaves the school. In the next scene, Sue is sitting somewhere. Just then, Dong comes to her and spills juice on her. Sue asks him, why did you do all this to me? At this, Dong says, it happened by mistake. Over in the principal's office, Sue's mom says to the principal, this time you should send Sue abroad to study. The principal says, okay, I will see. Then we see a scene from Yeon's house where Yeon tells her mom the whole story. And while telling all this, she starts crying. After this, she goes to her room and sits down to write something. Just then, her childhood friend arrives and consoles her. Hearing his words, Yeon thinks of something and then decides that she will go back to school. The next day, Yeon comes to school and goes straight to the Baek Ho Club and says to them, I also want to join this club. Sue says, this is a club for toppers. There is no place for a failure like you in it. At this, Yeon says, from now on, I am also a member of this club. Hearing this, June comes to her and shouts at her, only toppers study here. There is no place for someone like you here. Then he starts to push her out. Hearing his words, Yeon gets angry and bites his hand. Seeing this, June is about to slap her but stops. Then Yeon starts shouting loudly, and Kim is watching her. Sue says to Kim, say something to her, won't you? Kim says, what can I say? Just then, teacher Im arrives and grabs Yeon by the hair and takes her outside. Coming outside, Yeon tells teacher Im to let her go, but teacher Im does not let her go, and holding her by the hair, takes her to the staff room. In the staff room, Yeon's mom has arrived. She sees teacher Im treating Yeon this way and gets very angry at him. Then, Yeon and her mom are sitting outside, where Yeon's mom says, now you will not study in this school. I will put you in another school. Yeon says, no, you don't need to do that. I am fine in this school. At this, her mom says, okay, whatever you want will happen. In the next scene, Yeon is studying while lying in a sleeping bag. Just then, teacher Im arrives and says, how are you studying like this? At this, Yeon says, I didn't get a desk here, so I'm studying like this. You get me a desk, then I won't study like this. Hearing this, teacher Im gets angry and drags her out. After this, teacher Im punishes Yeon for behaving like this and tells her to clean the classroom. So Yeon does just that. Then Min and Yeon stand in front of teacher Im in the canteen with a board and are saying, give us our club back. Seeing this, teacher Im gets angry and gives them the cleaning work again. When they go to clean, other members of Real King also come there and clean with them and have a lot of fun. After this, these people are watering the plants outside. Then they start having fun again and start throwing water on each other. At this time, June and Kim are passing from there, and water falls on them too. Seeing this, June is about to stop them, so Kim stops him and says, these people are having fun, so let them be. At this, June says, these people are always doing such useless things and don't study. Just then, teacher Im comes there, and seeing him, Yeon runs away from there. So teacher Im also goes after Yeon. Then, while running, Yeon collides with Kim, due to which both fall down. Yeon tries to get up, but Kim doesn't let her get up. Then June comes there, so Yeon immediately gets up and starts looking at Kim angrily. Then Dong comes there, so Yeon goes with him. On the other side, Sue is giving an interview for admission to an international university. She answers all their questions correctly, so the interviewers say to her, we will tell you the results soon. Here, Sue's mom comes to meet the principal and says, the cheerleading competition is going to be held very soon, so you should also participate in that cheerleading competition, and you have to pay more attention to Sue so that she can get admission in an international university. The principal says, okay, I'll see. In the next scene, Yeon sees that all her things are in the washing machine. Seeing this, she feels bad. She takes her things out and then says to Soo, "Why did you do this?" Here, Soo insults her in return, and seeing this, Yeon gets angry and starts fighting with her. Just then, the rest of the club members also arrive there, so a fight starts again between the two clubs. After that, the real King members are sitting outside and are joking with each other. The next day, Yeon starts dancing in front of the club members. Seeing her, the rest of the club members also start dancing. Just then, the principal and teacher Im arrive and see them dancing. Seeing this, the principal says to teacher Im, "Bring all of them to the staff room." So teacher Im takes them all to the staff room and says, "Now you people will get punishment." Then teacher Im turns to the other side, and these people start talking. Seeing this, teacher Im gets angry and starts shouting at them. Just then, the principal arrives there and says to teacher Im, "Why are you shouting at them?" After this, the principal says to the real King members, "You all come to my office tomorrow morning with the Baek Ho Club." The next day, the real King members and the Baek Ho members are standing in front of each other and are staring at each other. Just then, the principal and teacher Im arrive and tell them about the cheerleading competition and say, "You people have to do this competition together." At this, Yeon says, "No, we will not do this competition with them." At this, the principal says to the real King members, "If you people do this competition with them, then your club will be returned to you." Hearing this, Yeon gets lost in thought. Then Soo gets a call from her mom, so she talks to her mom. Just then, Soo's mobile speaker is on, so from their conversation, everyone comes to know that all this is being done for Soo. Hearing this, Yeon says, "All this is being done for Soo. The whole focus will be on Soo, and we will dance in the background." The principal says, "Yes, and if you people do the competition with them, then your club will be returned to you. Now you think about what you have to do." After this, Soo comes out, and Yeon also comes after her and says to Soo, "All this is happening for you, so you should convince us to take part in this competition." But Soo says nothing to her here and leaves. The next day, Yeon sees two members of her club going somewhere, so she follows them. Then she sees that two members of her club are teaching Soo to dance. Seeing this, she feels bad. Then Dong and Yeon are going while talking. Just then, Kim comes there and says to Yeon, "I need to talk to you about something alone." Hearing this, Dong leaves from there. After he leaves, Kim says to Yeon, "I think we should participate in this competition together." Yeon says, "No, I will not participate with you people. Soo is in your club, so I will not participate in this competition with her." Saying this, she is about to leave. So Kim stops her and asks, "Why are you saying this about Soo?" Yeon says, "Because she is very cunning. She has somehow managed to get two members of our club on her side. I don't know how." Then Yeon comes inside and meets Soo, who says, "I don't need you. I will win this competition even without you. But how will you guys get your club back?" Hearing this, Yeon says, "We will get our club back." Saying this, she leaves from there. After this, Soo is in the class when Kim comes to her and asks, "How did you get the two members of Real King on your side?" Soo says, "Why should I tell you how I got them on my side?" Then Yeon is filling her bottle with water when she meets Kim, who tells her, "Say yes to the competition." But Yeon refuses and leaves. After this, Yeon is in class when Kim is looking at her. Just then, teacher Yeon comes into the class and is punishing everyone for their mistakes. Then Kim says to him, "Sir, I also need punishment. I went out last week, and Yeon went with me too." Hearing this, teacher Yang gives them the punishment of crushing cans. Here, Yeon is sitting and doing her work. Then Kim laughs at her, so Yeon tells him to work too. So he also starts crushing cans with his feet. Then, after finishing the work, when they both come to the hostel, they see that the hostel gate has been closed. At this, Kim says, "If the teacher finds out that we came after the hostel gate was closed, they will kick us out of the hostel." Then Kim calls Jun and tells him to throw a rope from above. So Jun throws the rope. Kim is about to grab it and climb up, so he tells Yeon to climb too. But Yeon refuses. Then she calls her friends, but no one picks up her call, so Yeon is forced to climb up with the rope too. Then Dong comes out and looks for the teacher to see if the teacher is coming or not. When he sees the teacher coming, he informs inside, "The teacher is coming." Then Dong goes to the teacher and tries to stop him by engaging him in conversation, but the teacher doesn't stop and comes into the room. Before he arrives, Jun makes Kim and Yeon lie down on the bed and puts a sheet over them. The teacher comes into the room and sees this, so he asks, "What happened to him?" Then Jun explains that Kim is not feeling well, so we are taking care of him. Hearing this, the teacher removes the sheet from Kim's face and looks, and then, telling Jun to take care of him, leaves from there. After they leave, Yeon gets up and immediately leaves from there. In the next scene, the teacher is checking the girls to see if all the girls are present in the hostel or not. Then, Yeon gets a message from Kim, and he calls her to meet in the laundry. Yeon goes to meet him, so Kim again asks her to participate in the cheerleading competition. This time too, Yeon refuses. So Kim says, if you win this competition, you will get your club back, and all you friends will be able to live together again. Hearing this, Yeon gets lost in thought. Then she goes to the room and thinks about the same thing there too. After this, she calls her club members to meet and says to them, we have only one way to get the club back. For that, we will have to take part in the competition and win that competition. After this, they all decide together that they will participate in this competition to get their club back. The next day, these people go to the principal and say, we are ready to participate in the competition, and if we win the competition, you will have to give us our real King Club back. The principal says, okay. Hearing this, everyone gets very happy, and coming outside, they start shouting with joy. Just then, teacher Im arrives and shoos them away from there. After this, Yeon is standing in one place when Kim comes there and says, so you have decided to participate in the competition? Yeon says, yes, because I want my club back. Then all the children's parents come to the school and say to the principal, this cheerleading competition is happening only for Sue, and she will be the main lead in it. Our children will not benefit from this. The principal says, participation in this competition is not for Sue, but for this school. And if we win this competition, it will benefit all of your children. They will get admission to a good university. After this, Sue's mom invites all the children's parents for lunch, and she also tells them, this is not happening only for my daughter. It is also happening for all of your children. All the children are participating together, so the focus will be on all the children, not just Sue alone. And we are doing all this for their good future. Hearing Sue's mom's words, all the parents agree. The next day, an instructor named Nam comes to the school to teach the children dance. When she comes to the school, she doesn't know where the principal's office is. Then she meets Teacher Young. She asks him for the principal's office. Teacher Young tells her the way to the principal's office, so she thanks him and leaves. Then Nam is with both clubs, where she says, the Real King members know how to dance, so they will be in the center, and the Bayako members don't know how to dance, so I will decide their place. Hearing this, Yoon says, if we stay in the center, then the whole focus will be on them. This is unfair, isn't it? Nam says, but what can we do now? These people don't know how to dance, so you people will have to stay in the center. In the next scene, Sue takes out a cigarette packet from somewhere and takes out a cigarette from it. Just then, Dong comes there and sees her. When Sue sees him, she hastily leaves the cigarette there and starts to run away. Then Dong picks up the cigarette and goes after her. Then he meets Kim, who asks, why were you going after Sue? Dong says, her cigarette was left there. I was going to give it to her. Then Kim takes the cigarette from him. After this, he meets Sue and says, you smoke cigarettes? Sue says, mind your own business. At this, Kim says, I will mind my own business, but you keep your cigarette in your bag. Saying this, he puts the cigarette in her bag, and Yeon sees all of this too. After this, everyone is in the class, where Kim, to frame Sue, says to Teacher Yang, my wallet is lost. Hearing this, Teacher Yang starts checking everyone's bags. Kim smiles looking at Sue, and seeing this, Yeon understands that Kim has deliberately lied to the teacher to frame Sue. Then Yeon says to the teacher, Kim has lied. His wallet is with him. So hearing this, Teacher Yang does not check the other children. After this, Kim and Yeon are standing outside, where Kim says to Yeon, why did you save Sue? She troubles you so much. At this, Yeon says, she is not my friend, but still, I would not want anything bad for her. Sue hears all this too and comes to Yeon and says, you don't need to do all this for me. In the next scene, Nam makes all the students do a lot of exercise, which makes all the students very tired. Then Sue comes out and sits in one place. Just then, Yeon is passing by, so she is unable to see her and collides with her. Seeing this, Sue starts to get angry at her. Yeon says, I didn't do all this on purpose. Sue says, you did all this on purpose. Now you watch what I do to you. Then Sue meets two students and says to them, you guys, while playing basketball, injure Dong. Then Dong is playing basketball. Just then, Yeon comes there to cheer him up. Just then, Sue also comes there and says, now you watch what I do. Yeon doesn't understand her words. Then, while playing basketball, those two boys deliberately bother Dong, due to which Dong falls down and gets hurt. After this, we see that Yeon and Dong are with the doctor, where the doctor tells them that Dong is not seriously injured, he is fine, and can go. Then Sue is sitting in one place, looking at her and Yeon's photo, and says, she was once my good friend, but now she is my enemy, and I will not let her live in peace. Then Sue is leaving from there. Just then, Yeon and Dong arrive there. Then Yeon says to Sue, if you have a problem with me, then bother me. There is no need to bother my friends. The next day, Nam is training all the children. Just then, a girl's hand gets twisted, and she is in a lot of pain. When the parents find out about this, they come to the school and start getting angry at Nam. Seeing this, Nam also gets angry and says, I don't want to work here. I am leaving. At the same time, she also says, if I leave, these children will never be able to win the cheerleading competition. Hearing this, Sue's mom gets worried and starts to stop Nam. Nam refuses at first, but later stops. Then she goes to meet the principal and says to her, now I will train the children only on one condition. The principal asks, what condition? Nam says, I will train the children according to my own way. If you agree, then fine. Otherwise, I am leaving. Hearing this, the principal agrees to her condition. The next day, the Baek Ho members are studying, and the Real King members are sitting, and Nam is reading her book. Then Yeon says to Nam, instead of teaching us, why are you reading a book yourself? At this, Nam says, sometimes we should relax too. Then she says to the students, you people will have to get to know each other well. Sue says, why do we have to do that? At this, Nam says, this will help you to know each other's weaknesses and this is good for the competition, and leaves. In the next scene, we see that Nam is going somewhere. Just then, Teacher Yang is following her and watching her. At the same time, Teacher Im also arrives, and both of them start watching her. Just then, Nam turns back and looks at them. So both of them stop right there. Then, Teacher Im says to Teacher Yang, the principal is calling you. Hearing this, Teacher Yang goes to meet the principal, so the principal says to him, from now on, you keep an eye on Nam to see if she is training the children properly or not. And also keep an eye on the children to see if they are training properly or not. Teacher Yang says, okay. In the next scene, two students are fighting with each other, and by mistake, they break the glass. Just then, Yeon and Dong are walking and talking below, and Kim is also walking behind them. When Yeon sees the glass falling down, she gets scared. Just then, Kim comes to her and saves her, and all the glass falls on him. Then Kim is taken to the hospital, where his wounds are treated. Just then, Teacher Yang arrives and tells him to rest. Then Kim is leaving the hospital. So Yeon says to him, the doctor has told you to rest. Kim says, no, I am fine, and I have to go back to school. Then Yeon thanks him for saving her. So Kim says, I don't need your thanks. Give me a treat instead. Hearing this, Yeon takes him to a restaurant where Kim orders a lot of food, and Yeon has to pay for everything. This makes Yeon angry. After that, they both go to a stall to get something, and just then they see that a dance competition is happening there, and whoever wins this competition will get a pressure cooker as a prize. Seeing this, Yeon immediately goes there and starts dancing. Then she is told that this is a couple's dance competition, and the couple that wins will get a pressure cooker. Hearing this, Yeon pulls Kim with her, and both of them dance together and win the competition. So they get a pressure cooker as a prize. After that, both of them go on a bus. So Yeon places the pressure cooker on Kim's lap and falls asleep herself. Later, when they get off the bus, Yeon is unable to lift the pressure cooker, so Kim helps her and lifts the pressure cooker, and then both of them come to the school. Then they meet Teacher Yang, who asks, where did you two go after the hospital and why are you coming back so late? At this, they both say sorry to Teacher Yang, so Teacher Yang leaves from there. Then they both come forward and meet their friends. The friends see the pressure cooker and ask, where did you get this from? Then Yeon tells them, we won this in a dance competition. The next day, Nam makes the children practice well. After this, she takes them to the ground and tells them to practice again. So the children start practicing there. Just then, Teacher Yang comes there and starts watching to see if Nam is making the children practice well or not. After this, all the children are studying. Here, the Baek Ho members study seriously, but the Real King members are still engaged in laughter and jokes. Kim is also studying here, but he is also looking at Yeon at the same time. The next day, Nam divides all the students into partners and then makes them practice. Then Nam is making the children practice in the rain, which makes the children very tired. Just then, Teacher Yang is also there. He says to Nam, these children are very tired, so stop now. But Nam doesn't listen to him and keeps making them practice. Just then, the principal sees all this from her office window. Seeing this, she is about to go to stop Nam but doesn't go and says to herself, I haven't seen anything. Then the children's practice ends and by then the rain has also stopped. So the children leave from there saying that the practice has ended, so the rain has also stopped. It couldn't have stopped earlier. After this, both club members are sitting together eating noodles and are joking with each other. Then outside, students are standing and watching them and are talking about how these two club members got together. Just then, Teacher Yang comes there and tells them all to leave from there. After this, he is happy to see them all together. Then Kim and June go to the washroom where they start pouring water on each other and enjoy. The next day, Nam takes everyone to a house with her to party. When everyone is eating food there is a beer bottle on their table, which they drink thinking it is grape juice. And after this, everyone gets intoxicated and they all start acting strangely. Then Yeon comes out and is sitting. Then Kim also comes and sits next to her, so they both start talking. After this, Kim is about to kiss her, but then Yeon rests her head on his shoulder and falls asleep. After this, everyone is sitting in one place and acting strangely. Just then, Nam arrives, who had gone to get some things for them to play games. She is surprised to see all this. After this, she looks at the beer bottle and says, "These people have drunk all the alcohol." After this, she is taking them all to the hostel in a van. On the way, they see a police officer, so she stops the van. Just then, the children are getting out of the van, so she stops them and goes to the police officer herself and tells him, "I have students with me and we had gone to party somewhere and are now going back to the hostel." Nam is telling him all this. In the meantime, everyone gets out of the van and goes outside. Here, Sue is feeling like vomiting, so she goes to vomit. Over here, Nam puts all the children in the car and leaves from there. Going a little further, Dong sees that Sue is not there, so he tells Nam this. Hearing this, Nam gets worried and then brings the van back to the same place, and then everyone goes to look for Sue. Then Nam calls Teacher Yang and tells him everything, so Teacher Yang immediately comes there. Then everyone is looking for Sue. Just then, June finds Sue and brings her back. Over here, Yeon and Kim are looking for Sue. Just then, Yeon gets hurt in her foot, so Kim picks her up and brings her back. When these people come back, Teacher Yang asks them, "Where did you people go?" After this, Teacher Yang and Nam take them to school. By then, it is school time, and the principal is also standing there. Seeing her, these people get scared and say, "Now how will we go inside?" Nam says, "I have an idea." Saying this, she goes to the principal and says, "I have thought of some steps. See how they are." Saying this, she starts dancing. So from behind, Teacher Yang sends all the students inside. At the end, when Yeon is going, she has a hurt foot, because of which she is not able to walk. So Kim comes back and holds her and takes her inside. After this, Nam and Teacher Yang get tired and sit in one place and say, "Thank goodness the principal didn't find out anything." Just then, students in uniform arrive and thank Nam for the party. Then everyone is in the class where Yeon remembers how Kim was about to kiss her at night. Remembering all this, she looks at Kim. Just then, Kim is putting his finger on his lips. Seeing this, Yeon thinks, "Does he remember that he was about to kiss me at night?" After the teacher leaves, Yeon asks Kim to go outside with her. After this, they are both standing outside. So Kim asks Yeon, "Why did you call me here?" Yeon says, "What were you doing last night?" Kim says, "What did I do?" Saying this, he starts to get close to Yeon, so Yeon feels a little uncomfortable and leaves from there. After this, she goes a little further and stands in one place and thinks, "Now, how do I find out if what he did last night was in a drunken state or just like that?" After this, they are in the Baek Ho Club, where Nam is explaining something to them about the competition, and at the same time, Yeon is writing something in her notebook. Just then, her eyes fall on Kim, who is smiling at her. Seeing this, she gets angry and starts to cross out what she has written in the notebook. Then Nam says to them, "The leader of Baek Ho is Sue, and the leader of the Real King Club is Yeon. So we will change this. Sue will teach cheerleading to the Real King members, and Yeon will teach the Baek Ho members." Hearing this, everyone is surprised. Then Kim is standing outside and is thinking about the kiss, that he was about to kiss Yeon when Yeon fell asleep with her head on his shoulder. Over here, Nam meets Teacher Yang and says, "We will have to pay more attention to cheerleading." The next day, the Real King members are practicing cheerleading, and Sue is making them practice well. Over here, the Baek Ho members are studying, so Yeon tells them to practice, but they don't listen to her. The next day, Yeon is going somewhere when she sees June and his dad, who are beating him for some reason. Yeon watches all this secretly. Then she shouts June's name loudly, so June's dad leaves from there. Then Yeon comes to June, so June leaves from there without saying a word to her. After this, June is sitting in one place. So Yeon comes there and asks him, "Are you okay?" June, seeing her there, is about to leave, so Yeon stops him and gives him medicine and says, "I didn't come here to bother you. Take this medicine and apply it to your wounds." Saying this, she leaves from there. The next day, Yeon again asks the Baek Ho Club members to practice, but they don't listen to her and do their own studies. Seeing this, Yeon gets sad and rests her head on the desk. Then June gets up and says to Yeon, "Tell me what I have to do." Hearing this, Yeon gets happy. Then at night, Kim is thinking about June's words. Actually, after Yeon gave June the medicine, June met Kim and told him this, and also said that Yeon is a very good girl. Kim is happy thinking about all this. On the other side, Yeon is practicing alone in the classroom. The next day, both club members dance one by one. They are dancing very well. Seeing this, Nam and teacher Young are happy. The next day, everyone is practicing. Just then, teacher Young is helping Jae Young with her practice. Just then, Jae Young falls down. So teacher Young catches her to save her. Seeing this, she gets angry and tells teacher Young to back off. Nam says, "How can you talk to the teacher like that?" At this, Jae Young says, "He touched me in a wrong way." Hearing this, everyone is surprised. Then teacher Young says, "I didn't do anything on purpose. My hand touched you by mistake while saving you." Here, Jae Young is angry, so she doesn't listen to anything he says. Then Jae Young is standing outside with her friend. Just then, her friend says, "I don't think teacher Young did all that on purpose. It's possible that his hand touched you by mistake while saving you." Jae Young says, "I feel the same way. Come on, let's forget about this now. I will forget all this." These two are talking. Just then, Sue arrives and instigates her. So Jae Young goes to teacher Im with Sue and complains against teacher Yang. So teacher Im then tells this to the principal. In the next scene, all the parents have come to the school and they are very angry at teacher Yang. Teacher Yang tries his best to explain to them, but they don't listen to anything he says. Nam also tries her best to explain to them, but they don't listen to anything she says either. Then the principal says to teacher Yang, "Now the education department will investigate this case, and if the accusation against teacher Yang is proved to be true, then teacher Yang will be expelled from this school." Then at night, teacher Yang sees that an article has been published about him on the school's website, in which very bad things are written about him. Seeing this, teacher Yang gets worried. Over there, all the students also see the article and say, "We never thought that teacher Yang could do something like this." The next day, teacher Yang is teaching the class. Just then, everyone is bad-mouthing teacher Yang to each other on messages. When Yeon sees this, she gets very angry and immediately stands up. But then Kim gets up and makes her sit down and says to all the students, "Don't you people believe in teacher Yang? Do you people think that teacher Yang can do something like this?" Then Kim says to Sue and Jae Young, "I know you people have made a false accusation against teacher Yang, and watch, the truth will soon be out in front of everyone." After this, Kim comes out, so Yeon also comes after him and says to him, "You did a very good job today." Then Yeon goes to meet teacher Young and says to him, "Don't think too much about this and watch, everything will be fine." Then all the children see a notice on the notice board in which it is written that some people from the education department are coming for a meeting, and they will decide whether teacher Yang is at fault in all this or not, and if it is his fault, he will be expelled from the school. Kim and Yeon also see this notice, and they don't feel good seeing it. Then during lunchtime, teacher Yang takes his lunch and sits with two students to eat, so those students get up and leave from there. Seeing this, teacher Yang feels bad. Then Yeon and her friends come and sit there and start eating. Seeing this, teacher Yang feels good. The next day, there is a meeting where Jae Young is asked, "Did teacher Yang touch you in a wrong way?" Jae Young says, "Yes, he touched me in a wrong way." At this, teacher Yang says, "I didn't do that on purpose. But if you people think that it is my fault, then I will resign from this job myself and leave." After this, teacher Yang comes out, and Yeon and the others are standing there. Teacher Yang tells them, "I have resigned." Hearing this, they feel bad for teacher Yang. Here, Jae Young says to her mom, "I don't think teacher Yang had any wrong intention. I made a mistake." At this, her mom says, "Now you leave this matter and go to your class." Then Jae Young meets Sue and says to her, "Because of you, teacher Yang was fired from his job today. It's all your fault. I did all this because you told me to." Sue says, "What's my fault in this? Whatever you did it yourself." On the other side, Jun and Kim are together, where Jun says to Kim, "Today, Yeon was crying a lot because teacher Yang left. I have never seen her cry like that before." Kim says, "Yes, she is very sad that teacher Yang left." Then Jun meets his dad and says to him, "Please help us to bring teacher Yang back to school." Hearing this, his dad starts scolding him and says, "You focus on your studies and don't pay attention to other things." Hearing his dad's words, Jun feels very bad and goes to the bathroom and starts crying. In the next scene, Yeon's mom comes to meet her. There, seeing her daughter sad, she asks her, "What happened to you?" So Yeon tells her everything about teacher Yang. At this, her mom says, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." After that, she is going back when she meets Kim, who says hello to her. Then Yeon's mom also says hello to him. After this, Yeon's mom meets Kim's dad and tells him, "Today I went to meet my daughter and I also met Kim there. He is very nice." Then she says to Kim's dad, "You should also meet your son. You two live far from each other. That's why there is a distance between you. You two should talk to each other and end this distance." The next day, Yeon is not practicing properly, so Nam scolds her and says, "Right now you should focus on your practice." Then teacher Young is leaving with his belongings, so Yeon gives him a self-made invitation card and says, "You must come to our competition." After this, Yeon meets Jae-young and says to her, "You did very wrong with Teacher Yang." At this, Jae-young says, "Yes, I made a mistake. I didn't think that he would be expelled from the school. All this that happened with Teacher Yang was very wrong, and I realized that." Then the competition day arrives, where Yeon is very sad and is thinking, "I don't know if Teacher Yang will come or not." Then Kim comes to her and says, "I am sure that Teacher Yang will definitely come." Then he gives her juice. After this, when Yeon is leaving from there, Kim stops her and hugs her. Just then, Min arrives, so they both move away from each other. Then Teacher Yang arrives there, and seeing him, all the children get very happy. After this, the performance begins. Here, everyone gives their performance very well, and the audience is also very happy with them. When the performance ends, after that, all the children are standing with boards in their hands on which it is written, "We want Teacher Yang back. He should be brought back to the school." Seeing this, everyone is surprised, and Teacher Yang gets emotional. The principal and the education minister are surprised to see this. Then they are leaving, so the education minister says, "What were the children doing?" At this, the principal says, "We will hold a meeting again and talk about this again." The education minister says, "Okay." Then everyone is partying, and Teacher Yang is also with them. Then Jae-young says sorry to Teacher Yang that because of her, he was expelled from the school. Teacher Yang says, "It's okay." Then Jae-young says to Soo, "You also say sorry to Teacher Yang." Soo says, "It's not my fault. Why should I say sorry?" Then these people are talking. Just then, Teacher Im and the principal arrive. The principal, seeing Teacher Yang there, says to him, "What are you doing here? Outsiders are not allowed here." Teacher Yang says, "These people brought me here, and I am just leaving now." Saying this, Teacher Yang leaves from there. At night, Jun is doing some work. Then he takes out the medicine given by Yeon and starts smiling looking at it. Seeing this, Kim says, "What's the matter? Why are you smiling like that?" Jun says, "Nothing. I just remembered something." The next day, there is another meeting where Jae-young says that Teacher Yang's intention was not wrong. He caught me to save me. Hearing her words, all the accusations are removed from Teacher Yang, and he is reinstated in the school. Then Teacher Yang comes to the principal, so the principal says, "Now you have got a second chance, so this time there should be no complaints about you." Teacher Yang says, "Okay." After this, Teacher Yang comes out, and Yeon, Jun, and Kim are there to welcome him back to the school. After this, they take Teacher Yang with them to the rooftop to party. Going there, Teacher Yang looks at the food and says, "You guys ordered this from outside, didn't you? Your marks can be deducted for this." Yeon says, "Marks will be deducted. That's why we can't stop enjoying, can we?" Teacher Yang says, "Marks will be deducted. So let's enjoy the party." After this, everyone sits together and enjoys the party. In the next scene, Yeon and Dong are trying to study because their midterm exams have arrived. Just then, Kim comes there and gives them his notes and says, "You can study from this." Seeing this, Yeon gets happy. Then Kim says, "If you want, I can give you tuition." At this, Yeon says, "What could be better than this?" Then at night, Kim is giving tuition to Yeon. But Yeon gets bored of this and starts to sleep. So Kim says to her, "Don't sleep and pay attention to your studies." These two are talking. Just then, Jae-young comes there. Then these two think that the warden has come, so they both bend down and pretend to be asleep. When Jae-young comes inside, they say to her, "Oh, it's you. We thought the warden had come." Then they say to her, "There is no light here. You can go and study in the bathroom." At this, Jae-young says, "Soo is studying in the bathroom." On the other side, we see Soo, who is sitting in the bathroom and studying. The next morning, the Baekho members are teaching the Real King members, but the Real King members are talking more than studying. Seeing this, Soo tells them to be quiet and says, "The exam is coming, so you people should focus on that." At this, a girl says, "When the topper is not saying anything, what's your problem?" Hearing this, Soo takes her books and leaves from there to sit somewhere else and study. In the next scene, Kim is teaching Yeon, but Yeon falls asleep again like at night. So Kim puts books in front of her face so that the sun doesn't shine on her face, and he himself leaves from there. After this, Teacher Yang is teaching the class. Just then, Kim and Yeon are talking to each other on messages. Seeing this, Teacher Yang takes the phone from Yeon and says to her, "Now you will get this after the exam." Seeing this, Yeon goes after him and says, "My lucky cat is attached to this phone. If my cat is away from me, I will fail the exam." Yeon requests Teacher Yang a lot, but Teacher Yang doesn't give her the phone and leaves from there. Then Kim comes out and asks, "What happened?" Then Yeon tells him that her lucky cat is attached to that mobile. Without it, she will fail. Kim says, "Don't believe in such things. It doesn't mean anything." Yeon says, "But it will happen with me. Without it, I will definitely fail." Then during lunchtime, all the teachers go out of the staff room. Then Kim quietly goes into the staff room and takes Yeon's phone out of teacher Yang's drawer. Just then, a teacher comes there, so Kim hides seeing her. But the teacher sees him and asks, "What are you doing here?" Kim says, "I came to get the phone." The teacher says, "Put the phone back where it was and leave from here." Hearing this, Kim puts the phone back where it was, but he takes off the lucky cat attached to it and leaves from there. After this, Kim meets Yeon and gives her lucky cat. Then these two are talking. Just then, Min comes there and starts making a video of them. During this, teacher Im also comes there to get something, and he also gets recorded in the video. Then, after making the video, these people start having fun with each other. Then teacher Im comes to the class and teaches the children. After this, when he is leaving, Sue goes after him to ask him a question. She asks him a question, so teacher Im is answering it. Just then, two students open the door. So teacher Im hits the door and falls down, and his things also get scattered. Then among his things, Sue sees a USB, so she picks it up and keeps it with her. Then teacher Im goes to the staff room. Just then, he sees that the USB is missing, so he starts looking for it, but he doesn't find the USB anywhere. Then the other teacher tells him, "I saw Kim here during lunchtime." Hearing this, teacher Im thinks that Kim must have taken that USB. Thinking this, he is going to meet Kim. Just then, teacher Yang stops him and says, "I don't think Kim has done anything like this. This is someone else's work." Here, Sue copies the question papers from that USB to her laptop, and then she throws that USB in the dustbin and then thinks, "I shouldn't have thrown it like this. I should have used it." After this, she puts the USB in Kim's bag. In the next scene, teacher Im comes to Kim and says, "You stole my USB, didn't you?" Kim says, "I didn't steal your USB." Then, teacher Im throws all the things from his bag down, and in it, he finds that USB. Seeing this, teacher Im gets angry at him and says, "So this is how you come first." Kim says a lot that he hasn't done anything, but he doesn't listen to anything he says. Then the rest of them also start saying bad things about Kim, that we didn't know that Kim comes first by cheating like this. Hearing this, Yeon feels bad and says to them, "How can you even think like that about Kim? Do you think that Kim would have cheated?" Then Kim's dad is also called to the school, and he is also told all this, and at the same time Kim is also suspended for a few days. At this, Kim's dad says, "If you suspend him for so many days, he will miss his exam, and this is not good for his future." The principal says, "This is his punishment." After this, Kim is packing his things and leaving from there. So Yeon meets him. Yeon is very sad for him. So Kim says to her, "You take your exam properly, and I am sure that this time you will get good ranks." Then they have their exam. After the exam, Yeon goes to meet Kim and says to him, "I am sure that you didn't steal the USB, and whoever did this, we will find them." Then at night, Yeon quietly goes to copy the CCTV camera footage, and June is also there, and they both collide. June asks her, "What are you doing here?" At this, Yeon says, "We shouldn't pay attention to these things and should do the work we came for before anyone sees us." After this, they both copy the footage of all the CCTV cameras. After this, they stay up all night and check that CCTV footage. During this, in the middle, Yeon starts to sleep, so June hits her with a pen, so she wakes up. The next morning, the result is put up on the notice board, in which Sue has come first. She is very happy about this, and her mom also gives her a gift for this. This makes her even happier. Then Jae-young tells Sue that Yeon thinks that Kim hasn't done anything, so she is checking the CCTV footage. Hearing this, Sue gets worried and then goes to that place and checks if there is any CCTV camera there or not. When she looks there are cameras, and seeing this, she gets even more worried. Here, Min sends Yeon the video that he had made. When Yeon sees that video, she says, "I have found the evidence that Kim hasn't done anything." Then she shows it to June too. When June sees it, he finds out that after Kim came out of the staff room and met Yeon, Min had made a video of them. At that time, teacher Im was recorded in that video, and the USB was with him at that time. The next day, everyone is in the principal's office. There, the principal gets angry at teacher Im after watching the video and says, "Why did you make a false accusation against Kim?" Teacher Im says, "Who knows, maybe he stole the USB after this." At this, Kim says, "After this, you were in class. And how could I have stolen that USB in class? And after class, you came straight to the staff room. So how could I have stolen your USB?" After this, the principal tells Kim to go back to class. So Kim goes to class and his friends come to him and say, "We are sorry that we misunderstood you. We should have believed you." Kim says, "It's okay." Then teacher Yang comes to the class and says to all the students, "Now it is proved that Kim has not done anything. So whoever has done this theft should come forward themselves. If they come forward themselves, they will not be punished. But if they don't come forward and we find them, they will definitely be punished." Hearing this, Sue gets worried. The next day, Kim meets the principal and asks her to retake the exam. The principal says, "We will not retake the exam. It will be wrong for the children." At this, Kim says, "Will it not be wrong for me? I didn't even steal the USB, yet you punished me. Now, no matter what happens, I will definitely take the exam." After this, Kim's dad brings a lawyer and says, "Because of you people, my son missed the exam. So you people should retake the exam, and if you don't do so, I will take legal action." Then after they leave, the principal gets angry at Teacher Im that all this is happening because of you. Here, Kim's dad meets Kim and says sorry to him that because of work, he could not pay much attention to him, and because of this, there was a distance between them. Kim's dad says to Kim, "From now on, I will pay attention to you." Hearing this, Kim gets happy, and then everything becomes fine between them. Then Kim's dad meets Yeon's mom and says, "Today I said sorry to my son, and now everything will be fine between us." He is very happy to tell this. Then, in the school, all the children come to know that there will be a re-exam. Hearing this, everyone gets worried. In the next scene, Kim meets the principal and asks her, "I have heard that Teacher Yang's contract is about to end." The principal says, "Yes, it is about to end." Kim says, "You renew Teacher Yang's contract, then I will not talk about taking the exam again." At this, the principal agrees to his condition. Here, Sue goes to her room and finds a USB there, and with it, there is a note, in which it is written, "I know that you stole Teacher Im's USB, so you yourself tell this to everyone." Then when Sue checks the USB, it has the same recording when she had stolen the USB. After this, Sue goes out and breaks that USB. Just then, Dong comes there. So Sue says to him, "Why do you always come at the wrong time?" At this, Dong says, "Tell everyone what you are hiding. It will be good for you and for others too." Hearing this, Sue gets angry at him and tells him to mind his own business. In the next scene, Teacher Yang says to the principal, "We should take the children to a camp somewhere. It will be good for the children." Hearing this, the principal gives permission for this. So the next day, Teacher Yang takes all the children to a camp, where he takes the phones from everyone and tells them to enjoy nature. Then they are all talking to each other there, but Sue is thinking there, "Who must have sent me that note?" After this, she goes to the room and checks her purse, and in it, she finds a similar note in which it is written, "Admit your mistake in front of everyone." Seeing this, Sue gets worried, and then she thinks, "I just saw Yeon leaving from here, so has Yeon written this?" Over there, Yeon is doing some work, so Kim also comes there and starts helping her. Then Min comes there and says to Kim, "You always help her. Come on, help me a little too." Saying this, he takes Kim with him. Then Teacher Yang meets Yeon and says to her, "You go and get a cold drink." Yeon says, "Okay." Then she is leaving from there. Just then, Sue comes there and says, "I will also go with you. I also have to get some things." After this, they both go to a store and get things. After getting the things, when Yeon is paying the money, Sue sees similar pages in her purse on which the notes were written to her. Seeing this, she is leaving from there. So Yeon says to her, "You came here to help me, so help me." Hearing this, Sue takes all the things and puts them in the car, and then leaving Yeon there, she herself sits in the car and leaves. When Yeon sees this, she gets worried. Here in the camp, Kim doesn't see Yeon anywhere, so he starts asking everyone about Yeon. He asks June about Yeon, so June also gets worried about where Yeon has gone. Then they both look for Yeon everywhere, but they don't find Yeon anywhere. After this, they meet Teacher Yang and tell him, "We have been looking for Yeon for a long time, but we can't find her anywhere." Hearing this, Teacher Yang also gets worried, and then everyone starts looking for Yeon and starts calling and asking everyone about Yeon. Over there, Yeon is walking on a path, and she is very scared. Then June doesn't find Yeon, so he takes a cycle and goes out to find her. Here, Kim meets Sue and gets very angry at her and says to her, "Yeon had gone with you. You must have left her somewhere. If anything happens to her, the responsibility will be yours." Over there, June is looking for Yeon, and he finds her in one place. When Yeon sees him, she gets emotional and hugs June and starts crying. After this, June sits her on the cycle and starts coming back towards the camp. Here, Kim asks Sue, "Where did you leave Yeon?" Seeing Kim's anger, Sue gets scared and says, "It's not my fault. I thought she told me to go, so I came." Kim says, "How could you leave her there alone? You should have brought her with you, shouldn't you?" Over there, June and Yeon are coming on the cycle. Just then, their cycle falls down, due to which Yeon gets hurt. Then June ties a handkerchief on her wound and brings her sitting in front of the cycle. When they both reach the camp, Kim asks Yeon, "Are you okay?" Yeon says, "Don't worry, I am fine." Then Teacher Yang says to Yeon, "Where did you go without telling me like this? You should have told me before leaving, shouldn't you? We were all so worried about you." At this, Yeon says sorry to Teacher Yang. "Sorry too." Then Kim meets Sue and says, "I sent you those notes. I saw the CCTV footage, and I know that you stole that USB and put the blame on me." Then Yeon comes there and says, "I told you to stay there, and you deliberately left me there. You did very wrong with me, and you did even more wrong with Kim. You even got him expelled from the school. Now you will have to accept your mistake in front of everyone." Hearing this, Sue leaves from there. Then they all go to the rest of the students, and they all play games together. After that, Kim and Yeon are going together, so Kim says to Yeon, "If you wanted, you could have told everyone that Sue deliberately left you there." Yeon says, "She was once my friend. She did wrong with me, but I will not do anything wrong with her." Hearing this, Kim says, "You are very good." After this, Sue meets Kim and says, "I need some time to accept my mistake." Kim says, "Okay, I will give you 3 days time. You accept your mistake in 3 days and apologize, and if you don't do so in 3 days, I will tell everyone the truth." Sue says, "Okay." Then Kim is leaving from there and is thinking about Yeon. Over there, June is also thinking about Yeon. The next day, Sue meets her mom to tell her everything, what she has done, but she is unable to tell her anything. Here, Kim's dad and Yeon's mom meet each other. So Yeon's mom says, "We should now tell our children about our relationship." Kim's dad says, "Okay, we will tell them soon." The next day, everyone is practicing cheerleading. Just then, Yeon is also practicing, and during this, she falls down. So everyone comes to her and asks, "Are you okay?" Yeon says, "Yes, I am fine." Then Yeon is sitting outside. Just then, Kim comes to her and asks, "Are you okay?" Yeon says, "I am fine." Then Kim says, "Today, during practice, you were getting very touchy with everyone. I didn't like that at all." At this, Yeon says, "If I don't touch them, how will I practice? But why are you asking this? Are you getting jealous?" Kim says, "Yes, I get jealous." Hearing this, Yeon leaves from there smiling. Then, going a little further, she meets Sue. So Yeon says to her, "When will you tell everyone the truth?" Sue says, "Kim has given me some time, so I will tell everyone the truth soon." In the next scene, everyone is in class. So Sue says to Teacher Im, "I am not feeling well, so can I go out for a while?" Teacher Im says, "Okay, go." Then Sue changes her clothes and is going towards Kim's room. Just then, Teacher Yang sees her going, so he goes after her. Then Sue comes into Kim's room and looks for that USB, and she finds that USB in which her recording is. Then she is watching it on Kim's laptop. Just then, Teacher Yang comes there and asks, "What are you doing here?" Then his eyes fall on that recording, so Sue immediately closes the laptop. Teacher Yang tries to take the laptop from her, so Sue does not give him the laptop and puts it on the bed. During this, the USB falls there on the bed. Teacher Yang picks up the laptop and checks it, and there is nothing in it. Then Teacher Yang tells Sue to go to class immediately, so Sue leaves from there for class. Then, after class, Min comes into the room. Just then, he finds that USB, so he takes that USB to the club room and watches that video, and he is surprised to see it. Just then, another member of their club comes there, so Min shows her that video too and says, "Because of this video, Kim was expelled from the school, and he could not even take the midterm exam." Then, these two together upload that video to the school's website. Here, Teacher Yang meets Sue and asks her, "What were you watching on the laptop?" Sue says, "I was not watching anything." Just then, students see that video and say, "So Sue did all this and put the blame on Kim." Then Teacher Yang and Sue also watch that video. Sue gets angry seeing this. Then she finds out that it has been uploaded from Yeon's laptop, and knowing this, Sue immediately goes to Yeon and slaps her and says, "Why did you do all this? I was about to tell everyone the truth." Yeon says, "I didn't upload this video." At this, Sue says, "This video was uploaded from your laptop, so you must have uploaded it." Saying this, she pushes her down the stairs. So Yeon is about to fall down the stairs. Just then, Kim comes there and tries to save her, but he himself also falls down with her. And in all this, Kim gets more hurt, and he faints right there. After this, Kim is sent to the hospital in an ambulance. Seeing this, all the students say, "Sue did very wrong. She shouldn't have done that." In the next scene, the principal watches the video and then starts scolding Teacher Im again and says, "All this happened because of you. If you had kept the USB safe, none of this would have happened." Here, Sue's mom also finds out what Sue has done. On the other side, Kim's dad and Yeon's mom are together and are talking. Just then, they get a call in which they are told that Kim is injured and is admitted to the hospital. Here, Yeon is standing outside Kim's room and is very worried. Just then, Teacher Yang says to her, "Why are you so worried? Kim is fine now." Yeon says, "But he hasn't regained consciousness yet." Then Yeon goes to Kim and says to him, "All this happened because of me. It would have been better if I had fallen and gotten hurt. I can't see you like this. Please wake up quickly." Just then, Kim regains consciousness and sits up. He says to Yeon, "Don't worry, I am perfectly fine." Then Yeon thanks him for saving her. At this, Kim says, "Will you only say thanks to me?" Hearing this, Yeon kisses him on the face. Seeing this, Kim is surprised. Then Yeon is about to leave from there, so Kim stops her and kisses her. Then they both start kissing each other. Just then, June arrives and sees them both kissing. He feels bad seeing this because he had also started to like Yeon somewhere. Then Kim's dad and Yeon's mom come to the hospital, but Yeon's mom stops and says, "Kim doesn't know anything about us, so how can I meet him?" Hearing this, Kim's dad says, "Okay, you go home. I will see everything here." Then Kim's dad meets him, and Kim is happy to see him. He asks Kim, "Are you okay?" Kim says, "Yes, I am fine." Then Jan says to his dad, "Uncle, you are very nice. You came to the school that day, didn't you? I saw you then." Then she starts praising him. So Kim's dad is impressed by Jan's words. Then Jan goes out from there. Coming out, she's going to the bathroom. Just then, her mom is also passing from there, but they both don't see each other. After that, Jan goes to the bathroom and starts thinking about the kiss. Here, Kim's dad says to him, "If you need anything, tell me. I will bring it." Kim says, "I don't need anything right now." Here, Sue is standing in one place. Just then, Dong comes to her and says, "Apologize for your mistake, then watch. Everything will be fine." Hearing this, Sue starts thinking about what she should do. Then she goes to her mom and says, "I have made a very big mistake. Because of me, Kim is hurt and has reached the hospital. Now I am feeling very bad. What should I do now? I don't understand anything." At this, her mom says, "This is not a big deal. You forget all this and pay attention to your studies." Hearing her mom's words, Sue comes out, but she is still very worried and then calls the hospital and asks about Kim. Then she finds out that Kim is fine. Hearing this, she feels a little relaxed. Then we see June, who is sitting sad in one place. Just then, Jan passes behind him, but June is unable to see her. After that, June meets Kim, who tells him, "I and Jan like each other." Hearing this, June gets even more sad. Then Jan comes to the hostel, and she meets Dong there. Dong tells her, "I met Sue. She was very sad, and she doesn't have any friends either." At this, Jan says, "We will give her a chance, but for that, she should come to us." She is not coming to us. Over there, Sue is walking on the road, and then she realizes how wrong she has been with everyone. Thinking this, she starts crying. The next day, Jan brings food for Kim. So they both sit together and eat food, and also talk a lot with each other. Just then, their other friends also come there, and then they all start joking with each other. Then Sue comes there, who has come to apologize to them, but when she sees them all happy together, she doesn't have the courage to apologize and leaves from there. Then Sue is leaving the hospital. Just then, she meets Dong, who takes her outside, and they both play a lot of games together and enjoy a lot. After this, Sue says to Dong, "I have never enjoyed this much before today." Here, everyone is together. Just then, they find a letter near the door, which Sue has written. They all read that letter and are shocked. In it, Sue has apologized to them and has also written, "I am going forever." Over there, Sue says bye to Dong and leaves. Then Jan calls Dong and says, "Sue is with you, isn't she? Hold her." At this, Dong says, "She has left from here." So Jan says to him, "Find her. Where has she gone?" After this, they all start looking for Sue together, but they don't find Sue anywhere. Then a car is about to hit Sue. Just then, Dong sees her and saves her. Then he calls and tells this to everyone else that Sue is fine. So hearing this, everyone gets relaxed. Then they are all together and say, "Sue is mentally disturbed, so we should do something for her." The next day, they all record a video together in which everyone, one by one, asks Sue to come back to school and asks to be friends with her. When Sue watches this video, she gets emotional. Then her mom says to her, "Now you go abroad and study there." Sue says, "I am not going anywhere. I will apologize to my friends and I will stay here and study. I will fulfill your dream too, but in my own way. And from now on, don't force me for anything. From today, I will start my new life." After this, Sue takes her belongings and comes to the school. But after coming to the school, she's thinking whether she should go inside or not. Just then, Jan comes there and takes her belongings and goes away. After this, Sue also goes inside there. Everyone is practicing cheerleading there. Here, Sue apologizes to everyone, so everyone forgives her, and then everyone becomes friends with Sue, and here everything becomes fine between them. After this, everyone looks at the notice board where Sue has been given punishment by the school. Seeing this, Jan says to Sue, "You have been given punishment." Sue says, "It's okay, I will complete this punishment." After this, they both start joking with each other. In the next scene, everyone is studying, but Yeon is getting bored. Then she sticks a sticker on Kim's head and leaves. When Kim takes it off, it says, "Let's go watch a movie." Seeing this, Kim gets happy. Then Yeon and June are cleaning the class with some students. Just then, Yeon says to June, "I have asked Kim to watch a movie together. What do you think? Will he go to watch a movie with me?" June says, "I don't know what he will do." Then Kim, together with June, builds a home theater in the club. After this, he brings Yeon there. Yeon is very happy to see this, and then they both enjoy the movie together. On the other side, June is looking at his and Yeon's photo, and he is very sad. The next day, all the children go home for vacation, so Kim goes to drop Yeon at her house. On the way, they both are walking holding each other's hands. From the other side, Kim's dad and Yeon's mom are coming, and they have also held each other's hands. Going a little further, these four meet each other and are surprised to see each other's hands in hands. Then Yeon comes home and asks her mom about this. At first, her mom says, "There is nothing between us," but later she agrees, "We are dating each other." On the other side, Kim also asks his dad about this, so his dad tells him everything. Hearing this, Kim gets angry. Then Yeon is at her home, and she is very angry. "We two cannot become brother and sister." After this, they both go back to the hostel without telling anyone and think, what will we do next? Over there, Kim's dad and Yeon's mom also meet each other and think, what will we do next? The next day, Kim goes to meet Yeon's mom and tells her, I and Yeon are dating each other. Here, Yeon goes to meet Kim's dad and tells him, I and Kim are dating each other. After this, they both meet in one place where Kim says, now we have told our parents that we are dating each other. Now they will not get married. Yeon says, this is good, but why do I still feel bad? Today we told them that we love each other, but they didn't say once how much they both love each other. Over there, Kim's dad and Yeon's mom meet each other and think, what will we do next? The next day, Jun's dad comes to the school and meets Jun and scolds him a lot, and also beats him because he is not paying attention to his studies because of cheerleading. Then he tells him, you quit cheerleading and focus on your studies. After this, Jun comes to the hostel and he meets Yeon. When Yeon sees his wound, she asks him, who did this to you? At this, Jun says to her, leave me alone and go away from here. Hearing this, Yeon is about to leave from there, so Jun comes from behind and hugs her and says, don't leave me alone. After this, Yeon takes him to the medical room and applies medicine to him. Then Kim comes there, so Yeon leaves from there, and while leaving she thinks, why did Jun hug me like that? Here, Kim is also thinking the same thing. Actually, when Jun hugged Yeon, Kim had seen him from above. The next day, Jun says to Nam, I am quitting cheerleading. Hearing this, everyone is surprised, and Nam is worried because now she will have to change everyone's place again. Then Jun is sitting in one place. Just then, Kim comes to him and asks, why did you quit cheerleading? Jun says, just like that? Hearing this, Kim gets very angry at him and says, I know you quit cheerleading because of Yeon. Is it possible that you like her? There is a lot of argument between them over this matter. Then at last, Jun tells him, it's true, I like Yeon, but I didn't quit cheerleading because of Yeon. My dad told me to do so. Saying this, he leaves from there. The next day, Kim is in class. So Yeon comes to him and says, it's lunchtime, so let's go have lunch. At this, Kim says, you go, I'm not in the mood right now. Then he looks at Jun's chair, which is empty. Then Jun is sitting in one place, so Kim comes to him. Jun says to him, I like Yeon, but Yeon likes you, and don't worry, I will forget her soon. I just need some time. Kim says, okay, but don't quit cheerleading. Jun says, okay. Then Jun meets his dad and says, I will not quit cheerleading. Hearing this, his dad gets very angry at him and locks him in the room. Jun asks him to open the room, so he says, now you will not stay here. You will go abroad and study there. Then one day before the competition, Kim sees that Jun has not come to school, so he asks Teacher Im, why is Jun not coming to school? Teacher Im says he is not feeling well, so he will not come to school for a few more days. Then everyone is together, where Kim says to them, I am sure Jun's dad is not letting him come. Sue says, without him, how will we do cheerleading? At this, Kim says, tomorrow morning you people should reach the competition venue. I will bring Jun with me. The next day, Kim and Yeon quietly go near Jun's house. Then they see that Jun's mom and dad are going to play golf. So after they leave, they call out to Jun. So Jun sees them from the window and says, wait, I'm coming. After this, he knocks on the door again and asks the maid to open the door, but the maid doesn't open the door. Just then, Kim comes there and opens his door. When Jun sees him, he gets happy and then runs away with him. The maid tries to stop him, but he doesn't stop, so the maid calls and tells this to Jun's dad. Then the three of them are running away. Just then, Jun sees his dad's car coming back, so he says to Kim and Yeon, you guys go, I'm coming. After this, he goes to his dad, so his dad gets angry at him and tells him to come with him. Jun refuses, so he starts to slap him. So Jun catches his hand and says, now I will not tolerate your atrocities anymore. Now I will live my life according to my own will. Then he shows him the marks on his arm and says, whenever you hit me, I felt that there is no reason to live. Because of this, I have tried to commit suicide many times. Seeing this, Jun's dad realizes that he is wrong. Here, Jun tells him many more things and leaves from there. Then, everyone goes to the competition and gives their performance very well. After this, everyone is joking with each other. Just then, two girls are walking by, talking. They came in second to last in this competition, and still, look how happy they are. Hearing this, everyone is quiet for a few seconds and then starts joking again and says, we were able to get close to each other only because of this cheerleading, and this is the biggest victory for us. Then we see a scene from some time later where Jun's dad has realized his mistake, so he starts getting his psychological treatment. On the other side, side, some corruption cases have been filed against Sue's mom. So Sue writes a note and makes a video and sends it to her mom, in which she says to her mom, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." Seeing this, her mom gets happy. Then, all the students are having fun. Just then, Teacher Yang comes there and says, "These people are all very naughty. They keep sleeping in my class." At this, they all say, "What's new in this? We used to sleep before too." Hearing this, Teacher Yang says, "So my class is very boring." Everyone says, "Yes." So Teacher Yang starts hitting them. Then Dong has a basketball match, so Sue goes to cheer for him. After this, they both drink juice together, and here they both are very happy with each other. In the next scene, Yeon and Kim are together, and here Kim's dad and Yeon's mom cook food together and eat together. Here we learn that Kim's dad and Yeon's mom have decided that they will not get married for the happiness of their children and will live like friends. The next day, Kim is at school and is talking to someone on the phone about adopting himself. He is doing all this so that if a family adopts him, then he and Yeon will get married. And at the same time, if he is adopted, then his dad will also be able to marry Yeon's mom. He is talking to someone on the phone about this. Just then, Yeon comes there and asks him, "Who were you talking to? Are you cheating on me by any chance?" At this, Kim says, "It's nothing like that." Then the rest of them also come there.